Now I want to move on and talk about something that a lot of people haven't heard of, which is also another benefit from the UV range of the sun, which is making beneficial nitric oxide. So the UV end of the spectrum is, like I said, it's not visible. And here in Wisconsin, where I am, we only get enough UV to get benefits from for part of the year. But there's two parts of it. There's UVB and UVA. So when we're exposed to the UVB light, we make vitamin D. And when we're exposed to UVA light, we make nitric oxide. Obviously, when you go out in the sun in the summer, you're getting exposed to both at the same time. And so this UVA light seems to promote the release of beneficial nitric oxide in our body. And nitric oxide is a component in our body that helps with a number of things. It helps improve circulation. So if you're someone with cold hands and cold feet, especially when under stress, this could be a sign that you need more nitric oxide support. It's very important for brain health and has been used as a promising treatment in Alzheimer's and other situations with cognitive decline. It improves heart health, improves respiratory health, is very important for men and helps reduce erectile dysfunction. Very important for balancing blood pressure. So there's many things that we get from nitric oxide. It helps with wound healing too. So it's very important and a little known fact about why it's good to go out in the sun. Here is just a source looking at how the UVA light spectrum releases nitric oxide and provides a lot of benefits for people. So I just wanted to take a minute to say how important it is to think about the light environment. I think a lot of people sort of brush it off as being just something that's in the background. And a lot of the people I talk to in natural health, understandably, can become very focused on what they're eating and what supplements they're taking for health. And I just want to send the message that the light environment is probably more important, as is getting the right amount of exercise for you, and also being exposed to the natural environment, things like cold and heat. I talked about those. Actually, I talked about all these three things listed in this slide in my energy talk that I gave a couple months ago, and that too is available on my website, talking about things that support the health of the mitochondria at a cellular level. And then I would say the attitude, like our attitude towards life and towards things that happen to us, is also very important. So just to, I don't mean to sound cheesy, but just want to point out that sometimes people can get so ultra focused on diet and supplements, and they're like missing all these other pieces that are really revolutionary in terms of improving your health. If you have a chronic health issue or just striving to have more optimal health and feel like there's a barrier, a lot of times working on these other pieces is instrumental to getting better. This is a picture of a lamp that I use at home in the cooler months in Wisconsin. It is a UVB and a UVA light. It's called a Fiji sun lamp. You can get one yourself at Sperty.com. I don't sell them or have any affiliation with them, just telling you, because in Wisconsin we can only make optimal vitamin D and probably optimal nitric oxide levels in a window in the summer months, that you've got to do something. You've either got to travel somewhere or you've got to do something with an artificial light environment in your home if you want to optimize your health. The other thing I would encourage you to think about, besides improving the light environment in your home, is to get this free app for your phone called D-Minder. And I really love this app. I learned about this app a number of years ago, and I wish I had started it sooner, because if you use the app, it will tell you what part of the day is most beneficial for making vitamin D. And so for me, this really helped me to optimize vitamin D levels in the summer. I see a lot of people and I look at their blood levels of vitamin D, and a lot of people are sort of disappointed, like, oh, I'm outside gardening all the time in the summer. I don't know why my vitamin D is so low. I mean, I hear that all the time. And it could be because they're in the shade. or they're just not out at the optimal vitamin D time, or they're too covered up. You can't make vitamin D if you're wearing sunscreen. So, um, if you have this D-Minder app, it'll tell you exactly how long you need to be in the sun that day with what you're wearing to make the vitamin D that you need. So it's very cool that way. And then I found that it actually helped me develop more habits around being outside in the sun. I'd be like, oh, today when I sat out at lunch, I made 2,000 units. So, tomorrow, why would I sit inside at my dining room table when I could just go sit outside and make, 4,000 units or two or whatever it is. So I just can't recommend it enough if you want to make vitamin D naturally, which I hope you do after listening to this talk.